right, welcome to the first episode of No Filter Career Advice. I'm Kim.
I'm Karen.
And today we're going to start off with super basic, and this is about designing your resume, putting your resume together, because we assume if you're in high school, you're looking for some work, and you're getting ready for college, and if you're, or any other way you're looking for a job, you need a resume. First things first, right?
1 page.
1 page. If you give me more than 1 page, it's a waste of my time, and it's arrogant, and it's the rule of thumb
I like this rule.
This is a rule of thumb. 1 page for every 10 years of experience, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise, because I don't have time to look through 2 pages for somebody who's like straight out of college. So 1 page.
So 1 page, please.
Number
Next
2,
one.
Name at the top, big and bold.
Huge.
Big and bold.
So I can read it.
So if I'm
out.
looking through a stack of resumes and I'm looking for somebody in particular, where
Mhm.
was that resume I was looking for? There you are, name big and bold at the top.
Right.
Contact information, definitely your email address.
Oh, I got a good one with this.
And a phone number.
Okay, email addresses. I'm talking to you. Your email address cannot be sexylegs69. It can't be big baller. Okay, you are now graduating high school. You should have a professional email address, preferably with your name in it. Thank you very much.
Okay, so, and we're going to talk about that in another little episode about like separating
I
your
have
personal
seen
life.
some crazy.
It's time to separate your personal life and your fun, crazy life from your adult professional life. So we're gonna, we're gonna talk about that a little bit. So, okay, so email address, phone number, not really necessarily need to put an address on there because nobody's mailing you, but they might be looking to see if you're local.
Right.
So, okay, so
Let's put it
name,
in.
address, email address, and phone number.
I'm actually interested if you can write an address in an address block form, because a lot of people can't do that nowadays. Seriously.
Okay, all right, so next, you're going to want to have some experience, right? And we're going to talk about that a little bit, about what you're going to put there. Our next episode is going to be about the actual content and making sure that you have enough on your resume. And if you don't have enough on your resume,
We've got some ideas. We're going to dig deep, get some ideas, get you interesting.
So experience in chronological order, the most recent first.
Yep.
And then you're going to want to have your education on there. And thinking about your education, if you're in high school, you can put your graduation date, expected graduation date, and you should also list some interesting coursework that you've done.
Absolutely.
In college too, or grad school, anything, if you've done something really interesting and really relevant to the job that you're trying to find, you should definitely include that.
Like, for instance, in my classes, you did Shark Tank. You presented a professional business plan to a board on Shark Tank. You should talk about that.
Yeah, you should have that under your education.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Now let's talk about this photo business.
Oh yeah, photos.
Photos
on resumes. Here's the thing. The only time I ever see a photo on a resume is when it's somebody who's really good looking.
It's hot.
And I'm thinking they only
Not
put their
hot. Hot.
They only put their photo on there because they think they're hot, and that's like it makes me go like this. Like don't like
big
really,
eye roll.
Like really,
huge
there's
eye roll.
no real reason to have your photo on your resume.
No.
Although we did think of one exception.
An idea.
We've seen a couple resumes where people have like really complicated names, and they're hard to pronounce, and you're not familiar with that name, and you don't know if it's a male or a female. Not that matters, but it might help you. And if it's a complicated name, you might want to put underneath it
Phonetic spelling.
Because I might be intimidated.
Very.
And so I don't even want to call you because I'm afraid I'm going to completely hack up your name.
That's right.
So again, a photo, if your name is really unusual and you just want to say, hey, look, I'm just a regular person, and you want to make sure that your photo is
super cool. And make sure that photo matches your LinkedIn. And we'll talk about that again in another episode. But LinkedIn photo, your photo and resume, so that they match, and then there's no kind of like, is that the person that I'm looking or searching for?
Headshot only.
Headshot.
And professional looking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's more on that in another episode.
Right.
All right, what else have we got here? The type should be big enough to read. Like, don't get tiny. Don't get over-designed on your resume.
No.
Because here's the thing. Like, we get so many resumes, and you're looking for information. So your resume should be name, information about how to contact you, experience, education. If you want to put some skills or some interests, if you want to do anything like that about interests, like it should be like a little bit relevant. Like, don't get too personal. Don't put anything on there that might like turn somebody off.
Like I play Minecraft for 5 hours a day.
And like nothing political. I just don't think it's a good idea, or religious.
No.
You could say that you've any volunteer work. You could say that you volunteered at your church. Like, that's okay.
But that's a big thing I've noticed. We do a lot of philanthropic charity volunteer work here in America specifically. So be proud, be loud and proud of what you've done there, especially if you're young, because it just shows that you're not in your parents' basement playing video games. You're actually out and about engaging with people and not spending all your time on your phone. So good job for the volunteering stuff.
And that should be about it. And by the way, we're at, like almost at 6 minutes, so we're gonna shut up now. And
we're supposed to do this in 60 seconds. Not gonna happen.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Cheerio. Bye.